Hey, Osiris. Want to visit Kim's studio today? Come on, let's go. Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna make a bowl, I think. Yeah.
Well, tell us about yourself a little bit.
I'm Kimberly Anderson. I work for Arts Place in Portland, Indiana, and I am the visual arts director. And I'm in charge of our Arts in the Parks program, and our exhibition, and our artworks program.
What you gonna throw today? Looks like bowls.
Bowls. I'm just now getting back to making some pottery after a hiatus with a rotator cuff surgery. So I'm hoping. So this is me starting out to get warmed up.
Back in the groove.
Back in the groove.
I know you've been in the groove for 35 years, so it'd be good to get back with your hands in the clay.
Yes.
Well, we'll watch you throw one there. How about?
Sounds good. So I take it and make sure I get that nice ball of clay attached to the wheel, and that's important that you don't. If it's not attached when you begin to start, then it goes flying off the wheel, and then you have problems. And so then once I at least I hope it's on there. So now I have to center it, and that's can be probably the hardest thing to learn, to center.
Is it dangerous? Should I stand back?
No, you might get splashed with some slurry or something, but that won't hurt you.
Looks like it takes a good bit of hand strength.
Yeah, this is the biggest ball today since I've thrown, so we'll see how my shoulder feels. I worked my way up from little guys to bigger guys, just as a practice. I typically when I haven't thrown in a while, I will throw bowls because I like to throw bowls, and just to get back in it, to get that muscle memory back too, and it's just an enjoyable process for me. And then I'll work my way to more things like cylinders. Cylinders are a little more, I think it's more physical in a lot of ways.
How long has it been since you've thrown something?
Maybe October.
So it's been quite a stretch.
Yeah, it's been a stretch. Longest stretch in a while.
That's just because your shoulder didn't allow it.
Yeah, shoulder rotator cuff surgery. So now that I started bringing up the walls, and I'm making sure I'm compressing that bottom. I should have done that. I didn't get it quite compressed as I liked, but so I'm going back over it. It's important to get your bottoms compressed.
Does the dog help out a lot?
Nope, not at all. Nor does a cat. So I'd start to bring out those walls, and I think about, what am I going to use the bowl for? A lot of times, I think about what bowls we need in the house and how many things have gotten broken. This one's got a little whack, but. I use a rib to kind of shape it out and compress the sides of the walls of that bowl. And so what I'm going to do.
That rib is made out of plastic, looks like.
This is a silicone rib. This is a metal rib. The metal rib has more rigid. It's more rigid. But I'm going to put some water on the outside so I don't have any friction. But I'm going to use my hand upside down, or it's going to cradle this. I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. It's going to unspiral because I pull all the clay up and all these little platelets get turned going the other direction. So when I do that, then they get pushed back down and it makes it tighter. The clay body becomes, the particles are tighter.
Was that a pterodactyl?
No, that was a rooster.
So you have a dog to help you, and a rooster, and a cat.
No, I got 3 roosters.
So you said you're director of arts in the parks?
Yes. We are, quite honestly, we normally start in June, but this year we're going to start in July, we hopefully, depending on government directives. So whether or not we will start. If not, we will try to offer them in August and through the fall if necessary. So that's our goal. And yeah.
So you threw that bowl pretty quick.
So I'm looking for this. When I make this bowl, I'm looking for like a string. If I held a string up, I look at that string, and the string makes a parabola. So I'm always looking for that nice curve on the bowl. But then I have to watch out whether there's enough support on the outside of that bowl to hold that curve. So that's always the trick, whether you can hold that curve or not. And that's why I rib the way I rib. And so then I can decide whether I want to do something else, you know, whether I want to, you know, sometimes, like right now I'm just playing, and I always think it's good to play when you haven't been back, and when you're still trying to figure it all back out, and you haven't been back to the groove. And so a lot of times just doing simple stuff, you know, making swirlies and just kind of silly, fun stuff, which I think is important. And
Well, we'll be anxious to come back, maybe pay another visit in a few days and see what kind of progress you've made.
yeah, well, we've got to fire a kiln at some point there at Art Place, in the gas kiln. We have a high fire gas kiln, and we have some student work we need to finish off from the class that we've had. So, yeah.
All right. So long. Thanks for showing us.
Bye.